If you're a man from a Western country looking to move to Thailand, then you've probably heard the stories. Countless tales of heartache and financial ruin, all just because some dude fell for the wrong woman. Even though all these stories are out there and they've heard it, plenty of guys fall victim to this over and over again. Many of them lose tens, if not thousands of dollars. So, should you give your Thai girlfriend money? Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Pete on Retreat. If you're new to the channel, my name's Pete, and in 2022, I sold nearly everything I own so I could retire early and move to Thailand. I've been living with my girlfriend for over a year now, and yes, I do give her money. So am I an idiot? Quite possibly, but I'm not going to sit here and try to make this rosier than it actually is. Before we get into my situation, let's cover some of the basics. You can absolutely find a woman in Thailand who will love you and not require you to give her money. Trust me, this happens all over this beautiful country. While there's plenty of stereotypes about Thai women, and statistically many of them are going to be backed on the average, the truth is their wants, desires, and needs are going to be as varied as anybody else's on this planet. There's an endless number of hardworking women in this country who aren't looking for a sugar daddy. Some of them own businesses, some of them work in different trades, and some of them, well, they've already inherited some guy's money. Sure, most of them would be happy to accept your assistance and to share this wonderful life that you are able to provide with them, but you do not have to pay a woman for her to be with you in Thailand. So, why do so many men pay their girlfriend here in Thailand? The answer to that are going to be varied. There's many different reasons. Sure, plenty, if not possibly most relationships here between a Western man and a Thai woman are rooted in financial means. It's no secret here that a lot of the relationships you see involve two people that have come to a mutually financial beneficial arrangement. Some men do it because they think they have to, other men do it because they want to, but I truly believe that in a lot of these relationships, even where a farang is regularly paying his girlfriend money, there is some involvement of true love. True love, well, love in general. Maybe I'm just being naive, but I think relationships require a bit of give and take. And in these situations, that give and take is just a bit more transparent. What each person is contributing in a relationship is going to vary a lot from couple to couple, but the question I want to ask you now is this a bad thing? Sure, it's not for everyone, but as long as both people are adults and they've come to an agreement that they're both happy with, where he's going to provide financial security and she's going to provide her assets, her offerings, her love and companionship, I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. I'm aware it can cause some serious mental strains on one or both partners, but so can traditional relationships. It can hurt your sense of self-worth. It can create trust issues. It can make you feel uncomfortable with how you're perceived, and you can get self-conscious about that. But again, so can relationships that aren't based on financial agreements. Sure, there are absolutely couples out here where one, if not both of them, have no love for the other one. But again, this could be said with relationships in the West. When it comes down to it, she may not love you, and that may not matter. Pattaya women are different. Now, I'm not the type that normally tries to push or believe in stereotypes, and I'm not here trying to say Pattaya women are this or Pattaya women are that, and especially not claiming all Pattaya women are anything. Trust me, I know firsthand that that isn't true. There are countless guys out here that are going to tell you to stay away from every woman in Pattaya and badmouth hundreds and thousands of women that they've never even spoken to and don't know. If you're going to move here, I don't think you should cling on to that hype or that level of hate that these so-called men have for the women that live in the city. That said, you should absolutely listen to the warnings and take in the horror stories that many of them are ready to share. Most of those stories are true. This town has hundreds, probably thousands of women who will not hesitate to play you for a sucker and take every cent they possibly can from you. Advice such as don't buy her a house unless you're able to walk away from it and lose it. And if you're not here in town, she probably has another boyfriend while you are away, needs to be taken in. Many women in Pattaya will gladly work you for everything they can possibly get through getting you to buy them payphones, clothing, gold, cars, motorbikes, houses, and there's just no limit to it. These women are very good at what they do and making you feel special. There's a common line that guys tend to tell themselves here, and that's, she's different. Well, I'm here to tell you that 95% of the guys that are saying that are wrong. I'll also tell you that 57% of all statistics about Thailand are made up by 42% of all YouTubers, and 100% of Pattaya women are different, and here's why. Pattaya women are different because Pattaya. While there may be many other cities like this one, there is only one Pattaya. This place is going to have an effect on anyone who stays here for an extended amount of time. If you've watched my channel at all before, then you know I'm not here living that sexpat life, but that doesn't mean I don't see the whole red light business permeating throughout all of the city. It's unavoidable here. You are going to see sex workers in your condo lobby in the morning, leaving after a night with the customer. You're going to see them on the back of motorbike taxis at all hours of the day, going and coming from seeing different clients. Some of them stand along the beach at night, and Johns are going to take their paid companions to every restaurant in this town. If you're ever going to venture out of your condo or residence, then you are going to see men that are decades older than the Thai women they are hanging out with. This is Pattaya, so how do you think this is going to affect the women that live here? Let's start with bar girls and sex workers. Many of them move here with the dream of hopefully finding somebody that can financially support them, and some of them even come here hoping they could find true love. Yeah, I know that sounds crazy to some of you, but it's true. Most of them leave their children with their parents back in Isan, and many of them are coming here after their baby's daddy has abandoned them. I hate to think about how many of them were abused before they came here, and think about that strain of leaving your family behind to come and do this work that isn't even thinkable to a lot of people. Some of them come hoping to find a supportive foreigner, and some of them come thinking that possibly true love exists out here, but that seldomly happens. I mean, it does happen all the time, but the odds of it actually happening to any individual girl that comes out here are pretty low. Once they get here, they hear all kinds of stories about how these foreign men are just going to lie to them, tell them whatever it is they think they want to hear, and make empty promises on a possible future together. Bar girls are paid to drink and hang out with customers. In fact, a large part of their salary comes directly from how much alcohol they drink. They often work 28 days a month, 10-hour days, and you could just imagine the emotional and physical strain that's going to have on you. They get told and sold the game from women that have come here before them as soon as they arrive. Many of these women are understandably jaded themselves. The genuine kind women that come here who put their hearts out more often than not get hurt. And so you can understand how adding all of this up just gives them more issues. I mean, God, we all have issues. I have issues, and I can't even imagine how worse my issues would be if I had to do that type of work and make that type of change in my life just to support my family. But what about the women who aren't sex workers? Many women come to this city for work, and it's not just about sex work. They find jobs in restaurants and hotels, visa agencies, retail places, just about any type of job imaginable. But this is Pattaya, so they see it all. This city has thousands of women that have come here for traditional jobs, and they are subjected to the in-your-face realities of what this city was built around, just like everybody else is. They see it every day, and they also get to openly talk with the sex workers that live here. They will hear the stories of lying farongs, and many will get lied to themselves. Most of them are probably propositioned daily here by the men that come looking for sex. It's all bound to shape the way that they think about us, right? So yes, of course, a large number, if not a majority of the women that live here are just going to see us as a source of income or a possible way that they can take care of their family. They are going to be told constantly that we can't be trusted and we're all here for the same reason. That's why I often say Pattaya is the last place that anybody should look for any type of serious relationship. That said, I know plenty of guys who have started very successful, wonderful relationships here. Should you give your girlfriend money? Now, that decision, of course, is entirely up to you. I'm not here to tell anybody what they should do with their money, who they should give it to, especially when involved in a personal relationship. I will say that if you decide to give a woman your money in Thailand, try to be smart about it. You should always keep a healthy level of doubt and skepticism. At least that's my opinion. There's the old joke in town of my girlfriend's sick buffalo. That just basically means that she's probably going to ask you for money, more and more money, as time goes on in your relationship. That's because unless you're living on a very tight, minuscule budget, compared to her, you're going to be seen as rich. We are definitely rich when it comes to the standards that most of these women from rural Thailand, from Isan, grew up with. Things do happen in life. The family tractor might break, the roof might collapse from a storm, her father might need surgery at some point, and yes, the buffalo might actually get sick someday. Understand that if you give her money, even just once, she is likely to ask you for support again in the future. In all honesty, you may never know if the reason she gave you for needing the money is legit or not, and you need to know that going into this. If you decide to give her money, I suggest you being very upfront with your expectations and what she should expect from you. Many men go into arrangements here where they are upfront and say, I will give you this salary of X amount, but I won't give you anything on top of this, so you have to save your money for emergencies. Other guys might play it on a case-by-case basis. Just because you've given her money before doesn't mean that you have to say yes to every time she asks you for money. Some men think this is a great way to test if she really loves you or not. However, that can create other issues. There's a great book called Thai Fever, or The Cure for Thai Fever, and it goes into detail about the differences between Western cultures and Thai cultures and how a lot of these differences lead to most of the problems that relationships find out here. How much should you give her? That's going to be entirely up to you. There's guys that don't give anything at all. There's other guys that just give a few hundred baht a week. And then there's guys that are giving 30,000 baht a week or more. I kid you not, this is true. I do give my girlfriend money, and this is why. First, let me start by saying the biggest cliche in Thailand. My girlfriend is different. Yeah, I know. I have no idea if that's true or not, but all the evidence supports it. I told you before, maybe I'm being completely naive, but we've been living together for over a year now, and everything's going really well. I've told this whole story before on my channel, so I'm going to keep it brief here. I met my girlfriend at the restaurant she worked at. She had just moved to Pattaya 3 months prior after leaving a long-term relationship in Bangkok, and I'm her first foreign boyfriend. When I first met her, she had no interest in going out, finding a boyfriend, or starting any relationships. She was turning down offers daily for guys to take her out and give her money. This is Pattaya after all. She turned me down first too, but the two of us became friends. After a month of talking daily, we went out on a casual date and things just went from there. We quickly started a relationship and she moved in with me. We discussed her financial responsibilities and they really weren't that much. Note, I did initiate this conversation and I was very upfront about all of this. She has a son who's currently in university and she's got two older parents who her three sisters all help to support. I explained to her that if we were going to start a relationship, I really didn't want her to work, at least in the beginning stages of it. Thai people traditionally work 60 hours, 7 days a week, and don't have a lot of time off. I'm retired and I wanted her to be free to share time with me and for us to be able to travel. I offered to give her enough to cover her family requirements and to cover her basic cost of living. Like I said, it really isn't much and it's hardly had an impact on my monthly cost. She has never asked me for any additional money. In fact, she's the frugal one in the relationship. She's the one that often says, no, we can't do that, or no, we can't buy that because she thinks it's expensive, even though she doesn't seem to understand how much money I actually have. Many of the problems that we've had in the early parts of our relationship stem from the fact that I give her money. She's very independent and has worked her entire adult life taking really no money from anybody. It's hard for her to accept that this is the situation we're in right now. And last year, she started her own taxi service. Speaking of which, if you need an airport transfer to Pattaya or any trips around Pattaya to neighboring cities, please consider using Koi Taxi. Note, she cannot read any messages sent through the Line app until after she accepts your friend request. So anyway, yeah, she started her own taxi company, but I still give her the same allowance that I agreed to give her right in the beginning. She just happens to contribute more to things that we buy now. How much do I give her? Well, I can tell you it's a lot less than many guys give their girlfriends in Pattaya, and if you want to know the exact cost, you should watch this video right here.